I am here with Italia Ricci, who I have a surprise for. You look nervous.
I'm a little
Have you ever gone shopping at Upper Canada Mall?
I have.
Are you from Newmarket by any chance?
am.
So am I.
Really?
Yes!
Oh my god.
Yes!
Where?
From Aurora. Like, was born
Oh
in
my
Newmarket.
God.
This is exciting because you
What?
don't understand how small our town is.
Like, so, what high school did you go to?
Aurora High School.
I went to Sacred Heart.
You went to Sacred Heart?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Okay, so where are we going?
All right, welcome to the set. We're shooting a scene with Mom and one of her. It's freezing right where we're shooting. It's so cold, so cold. And I'm always cold though here. Everybody's like, you should be tougher than that. You're
I know.
Canadian,
Isn't
but
that
I'm
annoying? I'm always, I know.
It's usually like you can see your breath on stage. It's bananas. And this is the Carver kitchen, which you guys will see so much of. Up here is where the really good embarrassing photos come in. You get a topless shot of me.
Coming from a small town, sort of just take me through, I mean, being the lead in the show. I mean, it's a fantastic show. I saw the pilot. It's incredible. You're incredible. You're like a light on screen.
Oh my God, thank you so much. Wow. It still feels too good to be true.
Does
I
it?
still don't really believe it. I still feel like I'm just that girl from Newmarket. I'm just waiting for somebody to be like, psych, this was all a joke.
So I know you're the love interest on the show. But is
One of them.
well, yes. I want to ask you about the triangle. There's going to be a triangle, right?
Had to bring
People are
it
going to
up.
have to pick teams.
Yeah, there are teams.
How are you going to have everybody on your team?
I plan to win over the fans by really developing a good relationship with the writers.
I love the love triangle that's happening.
I know.
Isn't
I
it
know.
fun as an actress to have the triangle?
It's hard though because people constantly ask me like whose team I'm on, and I'm
Right.
like, I don't know.
You have to be
because when I
impartial.
read the scripts, I'm like, oh, Team Leo, duh.
Yeah.
But then I see the episodes and I was like, oh damn, Dominic, you get me.
Shooting the pilot was that was nerve-wracking, mainly because of the accent and making sure that I could still be natural and be myself and do what the character needs to do
And not say things phonetically like I said
Yeah.
your last name.
Yeah, exactly. Like, how are you? Hey, April, let's go to the gig.
Yeah, you wouldn't get her that way.
No.
I don't know what my accent is anymore because I live with two people from Louisiana and I live in LA and I have some English relatives and I'm Australian. So
You don't even
it's a
know
mix
how you sound anyway. But does that happen to you? Because when I go to like Florida, or I start talking like I have a southern accent a little bit.
Oh yeah, no. When I'm
Yeah.
around, I say like no ma'am to the dogs at the house. Like
Robbie taught me to practice out and about, I'm sorry tomorrow, instead of out and about, I'm sorry tomorrow. So, but when I go
I
home.
like that you can switch it so quickly though.
That was sort of my job. There was a mac and cheese bar in here, and it was like 5 different types of gourmet, like a 4-cheese one, a garlic bacon one, and like a buffalo chicken mac and cheese. They were like mind-blowing.
What was the best?
They were so good. I had all of them mixed
Oh, you
together.
did?
It was so good.
Tell me about your audition process for the show, sort of.
I was like in this weird period of like testing for all these shows and like nothing was working out. By the time this one came around, I was like, fine, yeah, I'll go. It's not like I'm gonna get it anyway. And I went and they're like, you gotta call back. And I'm like, well, that's great.
You are now coming through Carver's front door, and they made the outside
my
look like
gosh.
the street in Boston, which actually it looks so much like it, where we shot in Beacon
It
Hill.
really does.
It's amazing, and it's just like it's like basically
I
painted
love
cardboard,
it.
which is so cool.
This makes me think of your date, your first. Well, I'm thinking of the
well,
pilot.
this is actually right where I get diagnosed with cancer, but in
Oh,
Boston.
that's
We shot it
right.
in Boston.
That's right.
I literally auditioned on a Friday and then went in again on a Monday and got in my car from the audition and got a call saying they'd like you to be Beth.
I remember when I went into the audition, I recognized every actress in the waiting room, and I was like, great, I'm the token unknown. Also, like, why does April have so many photos of herself in her room?
In
It's a
herself
little
in her
weird.
room.
Haley has the same thing. I'm like, Brenna, you love yourself.
That's true. A lot of sets have that, where it's like the actors' pictures of themselves on the wall. So because there are tears on the show, there's going to be some tears. I wanted to ask you, in your life, when was the last time you either laughed until you cried in a movie or cried until you laughed?
I did cry reading the last episode.
Like at the table read for the finale, you're not really supposed to go
Full
there
out.
for a table read, and I couldn't stop it. Like I was
Really?
like, I'm really sorry, but I can't not be like snot crying so bad right
Wow.
now. It was really intense.
This just happens to be what happens when you're on a Chasing Life set. You have one of these.
Yep. Nobody knows how to operate them.
Really?
But they're here.
So Italia, one of her sort of themes in the show is she's playing this reporter who sort of has to pay her dues before she becomes like a full-fledged. Do you feel like in this business, do you feel like you've had to pay your dues?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's kind of the fun of it though. Like those days that are really long and kind of crazy are the most fun that you ever have.
This is an amazing set.
They're pretty brilliant, yeah.
Do you have a favorite location?
I do like the hospital ones because I get to lay down in the entire scene.
You don't have to hit your mark. You don't have to, you know.
No, there's none of that. I feel like I got a lot luckier than some people have. On an O1 visa, you can't work as anything else. I couldn't be a waitress. I was literally like stealing honey packets from Starbucks to like, you know, have food. So I've actually had scenes where I'm like, hey, going downstairs, and had to be like
Oh, really?
super awkward, or like pretend to come up the stairs, and I'm just like, oh, you know, it's really awkward.
That's
but
cool. But you've been hashtagging out and tweeting out, how do you chase life? How do you chase life when you're not working?
Right now, my favorite thing to do when I'm not working that makes me feel like I'm doing something is reading and responding to all of the amazing stories that my fans are sharing with me.
Right.
And just them feeling like I'm doing a good enough job that warrants them opening up and telling me their experiences and feeling like they're being heard.
This is the cutest crafty I've ever seen in my life.
Isn't it?
I mean, for people out there, usually it's a table
Yeah.
and there's a lot of crap on it. I mean, this is actually a little healthy for me.
I know, I'm like, ew, salad bar. So when that happens, I go into a secret little fridge over there. There's so many things there.
Right. Can't open. Cheers to Newmarket, girl.
Cheers to New Market.
Thank you for the tour.